Be honest. You'd be making a lot more money in your business if you weren't too scared to sell, to ask for the business, to go out and promote, to share your offer, right? To let people know that you charge for the awesomeness that you do, that it takes some money to deliver the value that you do in the industry. Yeah. I know this is a purpose-driven business, and for those of us who our work is our calling, it can be hard to have the money conversation. Yet isn't it interesting that we will run to spend money, to invest money, right? We'll print up all the flyers, get the sign crafted and printed. We'll buy the URLs and print out the t-shirts and put down rent for the space, right? And decorate it so that everything is amazing so that we can welcome people. But when it comes to the point where you are called and invited, you as the provider are called and invited to receive and to encourage others to invest in themselves, we're getting choked up. If that speaks to you, right? If you're afraid of being visible, if you're a little bit too scared to sell, or you're exhausted with lead generation, this one is for you. I'm Sensei Victoria Whitfield, and this is your Business Energy Flow Forecast. We are talking about how to stay on track, right? I serve impact-driven entrepreneurs and leaders like you in getting and staying grounded and clear in mind, body, and business. I show them how to meditate in a certain way to increase your income and impact. If that speaks to you, stay tuned, because today's topic is too scared to sell. And wow, I've been having a lot of conversations with members of our community, whether you're with us online or you come in person, whether you are part of the app or on Zoom. This is a consistent issue. Money stress, especially stress around income and generating income as a self-employed individual. So whether you're the business owner or you're a contractor, you're an entrepreneur, right? You're part of the gig economy, you're creative, you're an artist, whatever it may be, we all as self-employed individuals share this crunchy, blocky bump in the road in our professional journeys, and that is around being too scared to sell. And my spirit guides are telling me to tell you, before we go to history, science, and the spirit guides, right off the bat, I'm hearing to tell you that there's a difference between the types of fear that you can have around sharing your offer. So two types especially. So there's the fear of competition, and then there's the fear of collaboration. One is a fear of lack, right? A belief in lack. It is a lack mindset. And then one is a fear of abundance. It's an abundance mindset, but the problem of abundance. So let's break this down before we get into the readings, because you know how we roll week to week. We always make sure we back up with science, spirit, right, and history, every single thing that we say. But on the lack mindset side, so the fear of competition, if this is you, you are resisting going out there and generating leads, which, by the way, a lead is not just a like. A lead is not just someone on your email list. A lead is someone who has indicated in some way, shape, or form that they are interested in your services in your product, program, or service. They're like, I'm interested in that. Like, that's something that I want, right? So that's a lead. And then we want to convert a lead to a client, right? So when a client, by the way, is someone who has given you a money. No, they're not your client if you've done pro bono or free stuff for them. Nope. Wrong. So quit it with that. So if this is you, you're resisting going out and generating leads as well as going out and generating clients, right? Money, because there's a fear of competition. You believe that there is a limited amount of money out there, so that when you close the sale, you are taking money out of other people's pockets, right? You're a predator. How dare you? Or conversely, you're afraid to get out there because so-and-so does something similar to you, and there's only enough room in the universe for one Reiki master. There's only enough room in the universe for one realtor. There's only enough. And so that fear of competition can hold you back, saying, well, you know, I don't want to steal money from people by charging for what I do. Holy cow, such a toxic mindset. And by the way, if this feels confronting, there's nobody in here but me. This is just a conversation between me and me. I'm just looking at the camera and you are a fly on the wall. Right? Okay, so the fear of competition, the belief in lack, right? Having a lack mindset around generating leads and sales, right? And getting more money. Okay, but what about over here? The fear, conversely, of abundance. The belief that, okay, or the fear of collaboration. People, if I go out there and if I share and if I take people's money, then I'm going to have to do the thing. No, I don't want to be tied down. I don't want to be a slave, right? What on the fear of abundance side, the fear of collaboration and connection side, this is a belief that there's a loss of freedom. So there's the lack of money and abundance over here on the lack side, but this is the loss of freedom, that if you collaborate, you've got to lay down and take it. You can't say anything because a collaboration is shut up and let them crucify you. Or conversely, if you put it out there, it'll be too big and you'll lose it all. You won't be able to handle it. You're not smart enough, so you got to make sure that you keep getting more and more and more and more degrees than a thermometer so that you're prepared. Even though you haven't gotten your first client, you're prepared. And preparing and preparing and preparing forever. Be kind to yourself. If this is you, I have no idea who this is for. This is all just for me. Don't take anything that I'm saying personally. Be kind to yourself if it resonates. There's another piece that you're missing on that unifies both sides. And we're gonna go now. My spirit guides are telling me to the readings to fill in the missing piece that's got you too scared to sell, that's got you too exhausted to go out and lead gen, that's got you just like, I'm scared to talk about a money because, well, let me pay for it, or, let me join this other program and I'll buy stuff, but I won't allow people to give me money. The first place that we are going to, as always, is Think and Grow Rich. We're continuing our chapter study of the Mastermind. It's chapter 10 in my copy, but I know some of you have said that it's actually a different chapter in yours. So the quote that we have from Napoleon Hill to help fill in the blank around, I feel a little bit too scared to sell, right? I don't want to take money out of people's pockets, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it when the abundance comes. Let me read to you. Napoleon Hill writes, when money comes in quantities known as the big money, it flows to the one who accumulates it as easily as water flows downhill. There exists a great unseen stream of power, which may be compared to a river, except that one side flows in one direction, carrying all who get into that side of the stream onward and upward to wealth. And the other side flows in the opposite direction, carrying all who are unfortunate enough to get into it and not able to extricate themselves from it, downward to misery and poverty. Every man who has accumulated a great fortune has recognized the existence of this stream of life. It consists of one's thinking process. The positive emotions of thought form the side of the stream that carries one to fortune. The negative emotions form the side that carries one down to poverty. This carries a thought of stupendous importance to the person who is following this book with the object of accumulating a fortune. If you are on the side of the stream of power that leads to poverty, this may serve as an oar by which you may propel yourself over onto the other side of the stream. It can serve you only through application and use. Merely reading and passing judgment on it, either one way or another, will in no way benefit you. So, connecting this back to, too scared to sell. Positive emotions, thoughts form that side going up. Negative emotions and thoughts form the side going down. What matters most is how you feel. What Napoleon Hill is telling us here is that how you feel as you go into the application of this knowledge matters. Just because we studied all of the things, just because we went to all of the master classes and the workshops and got the script to read on the phone to close the sale, doesn't mean anything. But if you can shift your state first, it will lift the block on both sides and put you into the stream that goes to wealth. But if we don't enter into this stream of good feelings, what I would call it, so he's referring it to the stream of power, especially good feeling, meaning feeling powerful. If we don't get into the vortex, right, as Abraham Hicks would say, if we don't get into the vortex first and then take these money generating activities, these money generating actions, if we don't do that first, it's a crapshoot. It's gonna put you downstream to poverty. Power first. Shift your state to power first, visionary. Shift your state to power first. Write this down. I must shift my state to power, empowered. I must feel powerful first before I get on the phone, before I write the post, before I give the speech, before I write the article, before I go on camera, right? Before I go on the podcast, before I go to the meeting. I must get into my power first. If you're feeling too scared to sell, that's because you have a lack of power practice. Oh, there's more where this came from. Okay, so that's what history says. Get into your power first, right? Enter the stream of power, the stream of abundance, and that's just going to carry you. towards wealth, is what Napoleon Hill says. But let's go to science. What does science suggest for shifting the state and being able to do seemingly the impossible in record time? Well, we've been journeying with AI, and this week, in this episode, we have Harvard Business Review. Let's see here. Section on developing employees, collaborative intelligence, humans and AI are joining forces and can enhance each other's strengths, by Wilson and Doherty. And so here's the quote that is going to continue to fill in the blank of like, okay, you're too scared to sell. Watch this. In our research involving 1,500 companies, we found that firms achieve the most significant performance improvements when humans and machines work together. When humans and machines work together. Now, my spirit guides are telling me to say, as I read this, listen to machines, the talk about AI and machines as systems. Systems, okay? Through such collaborative intelligence, humans and AI systems enhance each other's complementary strengths. The leadership, teamwork, creativity, and social skills of the former, right, humans, and the speed, scalability, and quantitative capabilities of the latter, AI. What comes naturally to people, making a joke, for example, can be tricky for machines. And what's straightforward for machines, analyzing gigabytes of data, remains virtually impossible for humans. Business requires both kinds of capabilities. So I'm going to keep reading, but my spirit guides are interrupting again to say, don't just listen to machines as systems and AI, but machines are also social media and digital communities. Watch this. Humans assisting machines. So humans assisting social media communities. Humans need to perform 3 crucial roles. They must train machines to perform certain tasks, explain the outcomes of those tasks, especially when the results are counterintuitive or controversial, and sustain responsible use of machines, systems, and social media. By example, preventing robots from harming humans is an example of like, let's make sure this doesn't happen. So, pause. Reading this, we understand what's my role in getting out there and sharing. Like, what do I do to overcome being too scared to sell? I need to train people. I need to train them to perform certain tasks. I need to train my followers to perform certain tasks. What's that task? Maybe sign up to say I'm interested in this service, right? Add me to the list. I train my social media followers. I train the attendees. I train the people who come to my talks to sign up to say I'm interested. Train them, right? How do you train a dog? You give it a treat. Not to say that these people are dogs. Dogs are amazing. Love them, right? I'm a cat person, but dogs are awesome. You can also kind of train cats with a treat as well. And I'm sure I should be saying TREAT for those of you who are like, don't say the word, it's Voldemort. But you want to train people to be excited to say, yes, I'm interested. Train, explain the outcome of those tasks. Of like, okay, so why would you want to indicate you're interested? Well, because you get the treat, or, because you'll get my free meditation, or because you'll get a free report, or because you'll get this % off your next purchase with so-and-so, right? And sustain responsible use, right? So making sure that you continue the education and re-enter the feedback loop with your followers and communicate here's why this is great. And look at how so-and-so has used it. This is a free giveaway, but also you want to continue on the path, right? Encourage people to sustain, right? Sustain the community. Like, share, subscribe is also a sustaining thing to say. Conversely, machines assisting humans. Okay, so this, by the way, Harvard Business Review is breaking down what is collaborative intelligence. Human-A.I collaborative intelligence. Humans have 3 roles, machines have 3 roles. Here we go. Machines, we're reading as our social media audience, right? Our networks, our digital networks. Smart machines, smart networks, are helping humans, us, the provider, expand their abilities in 3 ways. They can amplify our cognitive strengths, interact with customers, employees to free us for high-level tasks, and embody human skills to extend our physical capabilities. Pause. When we're working with an engaged or a smart audience, right, smart machines, they can, 1, amplify our cognitive strengths. When you ask questions of your people, the people who are following you, the people who you work with, the people who you're learning from and leaning on, yes, absolutely, they help you see the next level. They amplify your cognitive strengths. 2, interact with customers and employees to free us for high-level tasks. They become your unpaid sales force, in other words. And then 3, embody human skills to extend our physical capabilities, right? They become missionaries and referral sources for your ministry, for your purpose, for your business, for your products, programs, and services. Let yourself welcome in collaborative intelligence. This is what we're receiving from Harvard Business Review. If you're too scared to sell, it's because you think you're doing it on your own. We've been saying this for a few episodes now, for a few weeks now. You're never alone, right? Embrace collaborative intelligence. And then lastly, let's go to the tarot. The card of the week, the card of the day, because make sure that you like this, you bookmark this page so that you're able to start your day every day with this message to set your mind right as you go forward, is the 9 of Fire. 9 of Fire. And it's an affirmation, which means it's right side up, which means you already know this. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Fire is taking action. 9 is close the book. Conclusion, right? You've put a lot of work and energy into this situation. This card comes as a sign for you to actively protect that what you have created or earned. Have courage and believe in your ability and right to defend the fruit of your labors. Strengthen your resolve and don't give up. You possess the wisdom and stamina to bring this situation to an agreeable conclusion. However, it's important to open your mind to the assistance and points of view of others. Additional meanings of this card: being prepared, physical strength, feelings of paranoia, and tiredness. So if you are feeling anxious, if you're feeling exhausted, or not strong enough to get out there and just keep hitting the phones, right? Keep sending the DMs, keep sending cards, letters, mailers, knocking on doors, right? Doing the lead gen. If you are lacking the energy to get out there and ask for the sale, right? Call in the Calvary. 9 of Fire, right? That's 3 threes. 3 in numerology has to do with guidance and support, right? Wisdom and wise support. And then that's 3 times 3. So it's 3 threes. You are triangulated between your tribe, right? And when the community comes together, we're able to take it from start to finish. That's why it's a football team, not just a football player that takes the ball to the end zone, right? This is how it works. Bring in collaborative intelligence, right? The fire, right, is action. This is everyone. Mobilize the community. There are those who are looking forward to championing you. And it's time that you educate them, right? Sustain them, care for them, right? Invite them, train them how to do so. So that it's not just you. You're too scared to sell? Well, you could be having like 20, 30 people doing it for you. Have you ever heard of an affiliate program or a referral network? BNI, Business Networking International, has been completely founded on that idea of we have unpaid sales force where your friend has got your six, right? When I can't see the person behind me that's like, gosh, I really need to work with Victoria, your sister and brother in business is like, aha, they're right behind you. Hey, so-and-so, have you met Victoria? Right? With that, here's the action step for you to take, because similarly how Napoleon Hill said that you got to get into your power first before you take any of these actions, right? If you're going to start working on your centers of influence and referral network and rising up the community to support the vision, we need to get into your power space. And how we're going to do that this week is, of course, with a strategic meditation. Strategic meditation is meditation that is done first before targeted action is taken. It is the practice of relaxed focus, but we're doing it strategically so that we are prepared to do the money-generating activities, right? The important things that need to get done. And so this week in particular on school, you're going to search for allowing your ocean of love meditation. It's 26 minutes, right? So that you can go and complete that, right? Whether you're doing it before bed so that you really anchor that in, or first thing in the morning. But do the allowing your ocean of love meditation to help get you realigned with that river of power, that ocean of power and positive belief, so that you can get out there and share your gifts with the community, and the community helping you share your gifts. So let me know if this helps. Let me know in the comments if this spoke to you. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this with another sister or brother in business, conscious entrepreneur who needs to hear this message. And thank you to those of you who have clicked on the link in the description to get your visionary gear so that you can continue to stay aligned and connected to who you are in your business, being the visionary, the one who sees the way forward when no one else can. Thank you so much for those of you who've also joined us on school, who have jumped in on our mastermind for entrepreneurs who love to meditate, right? Welcome, welcome to all of our newcomers. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Remember, you do not have to lose your glow as you grow in life and business. Sensei Victoria Whitfield. I'll see you next time. Bye.